What's going on, everybody? It's your host, Dadbod here, and welcome back to Bloodborne. So, we're making our way through the Castle Canehurst, and that is where we're going to head back to right now. And we are going to be making our way right to the boss. We made our way through pretty much 95% of the level in the last video or so. And so we've already fought our way through all of the hordes of enemies for the most part, and so this will be a little bit of a preview for the, should you die on this boss, the walk of shame back to the boss. You can really just run through all of the enemies. You might take a couple hits, but nothing too earth-shattering. You should be able to make it up just fine. And then there's one kind of last stretch we have to make it through before we get to the boss, but that's not going to take very much time at all. So this boss, I will say, is very challenging. If you've been following this walkthrough in terms of the order of the areas, you should be pretty much appropriately leveled for it. That said, he still is very difficult. And in fact, I think he might be the only boss, maybe one other boss in this game in the DLC that I have never beat on my first attempt in any of my playthroughs. So I'm looking to make that change with this playthrough. We'll see if I can pull it off. But he is a challenging boss. I don't know. I mean, I usually get him like my second try. I don't know what it is. I guess I'm just rusty the first time I face him, and then I kind of pick up his patterns again, and then I'm ready for the next time. But all right. So anyway, hopefully we get him the first time on this playthrough. So up here, there's a couple gargoyles. You'll see this one's kind of red-eyed, so he's somewhat frenzied. There's his shockwave attack. Still get him in one shot though, and then a couple more fly in. So just whoops, I didn't get away quick enough. Only reason I'm fighting these guys is because it is my first time to this particular section. If it were truly just a run back to the boss, I would not be fighting these guys. But since this is the first time I've been to this particular spot, I got the Knight's Wig there. This is my first time to this particular spot. I am fighting them. Otherwise, the way forward is if you look over on this rooftop, you can drop down right here. And that's what I would have done. I would have done that straight away if I were not here for the first time. If I were just running back to the boss, I would avoid those enemies anyway. But anyway, so go down here, then drop down here. You're going to take a little bit of damage. Nothing too horrible. I forget what this item is. I can't remember his blood vials. Oh, it's Ken Coldblood. Okay, cool. Go up the ladder. And I believe there is an item off to one of the sides. There we go. Bold Hunter's Mark. And then if we walk forward, going this way, we're going to have ourselves a boss, and he is pretty tough. Alright, Martyr Logarius. So this guy, he is fast, he has a lot of powerful attacks, a lot of projectiles, a lot of AoE type effects such as that one. I'm going to put some fire paper on. Those projectiles kind of have to dodge through, and then he does this other big ball attack. You get close to him, he's going to dodge around and, you know, do some powerful, I think this is an AoE. Let's see here. He does get to a point to where he'll start meleeing you, and you can visceral him. That was not a melee attack, actually. That was one of his projectile attacks. That is similar to the Executioner Glove that we just picked up. Alright, let's see what he has here. Alright. Just get some hits in when we can. And as with most boss fights in this game, it does have multiple phases. So, you know, the trick with him is, I mean, the tricky thing with him is that he has so many melee attacks, he has so many projectile attacks, so he's dangerous up close, he's dangerous from afar. And it's, see, look at it, he does quite a bit of damage too, so there we go. Dodge through those things. And then now he's probably going to start trying to do some melee. Maybe not. He's just letting me hit him. Oh gosh, that's probably going to be a AoE. That does a lot of damage. Need to back away. Whenever he does that, yeah, look at that. You do not want to be near him when he does that. So kind of when he stabs his stake into the ground and just kind of sits there, that's your cue to back off. And that, I totally missed the visceral timing on that, but I think I could have gotten a parry there. But so when he sticks his sword into the ground, you're going to want to hit it. You can actually target it and hit it with your gun, or you can run up to it and hit it with your melee weapon. But until you hit that sword, these swords from the sky are going to try to hit you, and it just makes the fight a pain. That's a very he kind of goes up in the sky and he charges at you. There he goes with the sword again. And so here I'll show you. You can hit it with your gun, or that's not doing it. There you go. I just hit it with my gun. So that method wastes Quicksilver bullets, and I do prefer to use my Quicksilver bullets to parry him. So next time he stabs his sword into the ground, I'm going to, here we go, dodge. He didn't do it that time. But if he sticks his sword in the ground, I'm just going to use my melee weapon to get it, because I don't want to waste my bullets on him, on the sword. There we go, got the parry, visceral. Then charge up, get a couple hits in. Then he hit me there. All right, heal up. Let's re-engage the fire paper. And then dodge forward through that attack. When he does that aerial attack, dodge forward, and you're going to have a much better shot at actually dodging the damage. All right, let's see here. There he goes with the sword again, but unfortunately we were too close. Took the damage. All right, I'm going to back away, heal up. All right, let's see if we can get another parry. Up, he's going to charge, so dodge forward through it, and then you'll get behind him and get a couple shots in. He was out of my sight. I couldn't even see where he was there. All right, let's see if we can get another parry on him. Whoop. Nope. All right, heal up. Health maintenance is key during this fight, because if you can let it get away from you, he does quite a bit of damage, and you know, he'll kill you pretty quick if you're not paying attention. There we go. There we go, got a visceral. Okay, he's almost gone, so hopefully I'll get him this first try. All right, dodge forward through that attack, get behind him, get some hits. All right, he's about one shot away. Heal up just so I don't screw this one up like I did the Bloody Crow of Canehurst. All right, get the sword. There we go, he's gone. Whew, that is a tough fight. He's got such a wide and varied move set. He's so quick. I mean, he just knows how to stay on you and deal damage. But that is a very hard fight. I probably made that look a lot easier than it is. Just it's a matter of learning his move set, learning how to counter his attacks, learning what to dodge and what to parry, and you know how to deal with just, you know, I feel like he's got just of all the bosses in this game, he probably has one of the widest move sets in all of his forms. So anyway, fortunately, I was able to pull that off first try, which I think that's the first time I've ever done that with this boss. So anyway, so you go back here, you pick up the Crown of Illusions. This is actually a very important item that we're going to use. It is a headpiece. So let's read the description for the Crown of Illusions real quick. Crown of Illusions, here we go. One of the precious secrets of Canehurst, the old king's crown is said to reveal illusions and expose a mirage that hides a secret. And so, Logarius donned the crown of his own volition, determined to prevent a single soul from stumbling upon the vile secret. What visions did he see sitting serenely upon his new throne? So, that is a kind of a hint that he is hiding something, or he was guarding something, or both. So let's go ahead and throw on the Crown of Illusions for ourselves and see what it might reveal. Well, would you look at that? Okay, so there was something there after all. So that was Martyr Logarius, that boss we just fought. So he is actually who Alfred referred to as his master, and he is blocking this throne room so that no one can enter, because within the throne room lies the Queen of the Vilebloods. And if you remember Alfred's discussion, he is not fond of the Vilebloods.
I claim no subjects, but here lieth our throne. Kneel afore us, or get thee gone.
So they do not like. He does not like the Vilebloods because they thrive off of a forbidden type of blood that they took, and you know, started their own, I guess, clan off in Canehurst. And so Alfred and the Executioners do not like the Vilebloods, and so now that we killed Martyr Logarius, we have access to the throne room, and we can actually join this covenant if we kneel.
Visitor, moon-scented hunter. I am Annalise, Queen of Castle Canehurst. Ruler of the Vilebloods, and sworn enemy of the Church. Yet our people are murdered, and we are prisoner to this wretched mask. What is it thou art in search of?
Okay, so here you can swear oath to the Vilebloods. I will say this has literally no effect on the core gameplay if you do swear the oath to the Vilebloods, and in fact, I think you have to in order to get certain weapons back in the shop. So we're going to do this just for the sake of doing everything. You can take it or leave it, and it's not going to. I mean, you can swear oath to the Vilebloods, and Alfred's not even going to know. It's not going to have any impact on him or his dialogue with you. In fact, he's still going to befriend you and all of that sort of thing. So this really has no impact on the gameplay itself. I believe it does have some implications when it comes to PvP in terms of what covenant you're in and that sort of thing. But as far as the main game, there's really no benefit or drawback. Well, I guess there's no drawback, but there is, I guess, benefit to joining. So let's go ahead and join.
Well, well. An odd hunter thou art indeed. We've tired of these piteous nights. Share in our plight, and take oath against the Church. If thou wouldst this path walk, I prithee, partake of my rotted blood.
All right, so again, you have to confirm to swear the oath.
Very well. Drink deep of our blood. Feel the spreading corruption burn. Now, thou art too a Vileblood. We two, the very last on this earth.
All right, so for doing this, you get the Corruption Rune and the Canehurst Badge. So again, that's why we wanted to join. We wanted these items, and the Respect Gesture. So it's a good idea to join. So here you can offer a Blood Dreg or leave. I think you only get Blood Dregs if you have the Covenant Rune equipped, and you kill hunters or something like that, and then you get Blood Dregs. You can offer them to the Queen and level up your Covenant status with the Queen, but we don't have any, so we'll just...
We await thy return, for the honor of Canehurst.
Okay, good deal. So let's check out that rune we just got, the Corruption Rune. So this gives you a status to where if you're near death, you're going to have kind of a regen healing effect. I'd rather have the stamina speed recovery that we currently have, so we'll keep this one equipped. But yeah, so you get that rune, and then you also get, as a result of joining the Covenant, the Canehurst Badge, which is Badge of the Royal Guards of Canehurst, Loyal Guards of the Vileblood Queen Annalise. The Vilebloods are hunters of blood and hunt prey as they search for blood dregs. The hunter who joins them is faced with the decision to merely borrow their strength or to become one of them, heart and soul. Okay, so this will unlock some more stuff in the shop. So here we have the unopened summons, and this is going to be an important item that we're going to use in just a little bit. And conveniently, they have a lamp here for us. So the reason why we want that badge that we got from Queen Annalise is because it does unlock some things in the shop. If you're going for all trophies, you're going to need that badge to get the Chikage weapon. And I think there might be some other weapons in there that you need the badge for. But I do know the Chikage weapon is only available, I believe, with that badge. And so if you're going for all weapons, you need that. And that Chikage is, if you remember the NPC hunter fight from, I think, 2 videos ago, that was the weapon that the NPC hunter was using, that blood weapon. So we go here, we can purchase items. Let's see if there's any just new ordinary items in here. Don't believe so. But here, okay, so we have the Rider Palash for sale. We actually got one of them. We found one in Canehurst, and then the Chikage. It's pretty expensive, 50,000 blood echoes. And then the Evelyn is now for sale because we have that badge, but we did find the Evelyn in Canehurst as well, so we don't need to worry about that. Canehurst helmet, Canehurst armor. So this armor set is now for sale because we have that badge as well. Let's check out the insight shop as well while we're at it. We got quite a bit of insight. So now we can get numbing mist from the insight shop, and looks like lead elixirs are new too. So yeah, that badge does afford us some pretty nice stuff. All right, so let's carry on. I think we can get a new level as well.
Welcome. Very well.
Okay, we can get 1 level here. So we can let's go on and take our arcane up to 15, and I'll show you what some of these hunter tools can do, because now we have 15, we can use some of these hunter tools. Some, but not all of them. All right, so here I'm going to equip the old hunter bone, and here I'm going to equip empty phantasm shell, and here I'll equip the beast roar. We still can't use this one, or this one, because we need higher levels, up to 20, 18, and 25. We're definitely not going to get 25 in this playthrough. So, old hunter bone costs 3 quicksilver bullets, and it makes our dodges like this, kind of like the Bloody Crow of Canehurst. So it makes your dodges a lot more tricky to follow, especially good in PvP, but also makes you a little bit more shifty against bosses. And I think it wears off after like 30 seconds or a minute or so. The empty phantasm shell. This is the one that I use against one of the bosses in the DLC. Pretty much acts as fire paper or bolt paper, but this instead does arcane damage instead of fire or bolt. And it uses, I forget how many quicksilver bullets, I think 4 maybe. And so instead of using a consumable, it just uses your quicksilver bullets to activate. Pretty cool. Then we have the beast roar, which you use that, and it basically, if there's a bunch of guys surrounding you, a bunch of enemies around you, you can use that and it'll push them back. So pretty cool, if I do say so myself. But I do use this empty phantasm shell against, again, one of the bosses in the DLC. So enough of that. Let's go back to the Cathedral Ward, because we did get that unopened summons, and that is actually an item that we can give to our friend Alfred to advance his quest line. So we're going to go ahead and do that. And you'll notice when we talked to Queen Annalise, she did mention, there is kind of a mutual hatred between the Healing Church and the Vilebloods. And so, of course, Alfred's allegiance lies with the Healing Church, and so that's one of the reasons why they don't like each other. I guess they just have different philosophies on life that conflict with each other, so they're just not friendly. But we give this unopened summons to Alfred, and you remember what happened when we got the summons. It allowed us to get to Canehurst. So that'll allow Alfred to get to Canehurst, and yeah, we might have some intentions.
Oh, kind hunter. Another one you sent made it here safe and sound. This place is a real haven now, but I'm afraid that there ain't a peep to be heard. Not in the old. I doubt there's any more. God's sake.
I was wondering if we had any more dialogue, but I don't think so. Okay, so the old lady made it back. Okay, so she did come back.
You've been here, you are, again.
All right, well, she's got more sedatives for us then.
Now.
All right, so she's out again. Let's go ahead and talk to this guy. It's been a while since we talked to him.
Ah, your lies spin a web?
but I see through your deceit. I did not learn from books. No. I learned it all with my own mind.
Okay, cool. He is probably the most unimportant of the NPCs that we send here, but, you know, we decided to be nice. So, Alfred, actually, no, he's not this way. He is going to be over here. Perhaps I should have warped back to the Grand Cathedral, but ultimately it doesn't make too big a difference either way. Alright, so we're going to run up here, hang a quick left, make kind of a U-turn, go back to Alfred's spot where we last saw him. He will still be there. We are going to give him the unopened summons.
Oh, good to see you safe. Now, let's think up something to discuss. Just tell me what piques your interest.
I just realized I'm still wearing his master's crown that I just killed, but oh well, you don't have to know. Give up. Alright, so we're going to give him the unopened summons.
Aha! Is that the sigil of Canehurst? I've heard tell of Canehurst nobles and their amusingly pompous invitations. Wonderful. I thank you profusely. I will depart immediately, but first, a token of my gratitude.
Wheel Hunter Badge and Church Bow.
Ah, I feel my master's hand at work. Praise the good blood, and let us cleanse these tarnished streets.
All right. So, he is going to make his way to Canehurst. So likewise, we are going to go back to Canehurst. Oh, come on. That brain sucker almost got us. Our way was blocked by that giant dude there and almost got the best of us, but we managed to escape. Okay, so we're going to go up here to the Grand Cathedral, and then we're going to use that lamp in there to warp back to Canehurst. So Eileen's gone. Pretty sure she's dead now. Go ahead and take the crown off while we're at it. Let's see. Oh, we didn't read the Mensis cage. That's an interesting one. The School of Mensis controls the unseen village. This hexagonal iron cage suggests their strange ways. The cage is a device that restrains the will of the self, allowing one to see the profane world for what it is. It also serves as an antenna that facilitates contact with the great ones of the dream. But to an observer, the iron cage appears to be precisely what delivered them into their harrowing nightmare. I'll put the black church hat back on. Okay. So the part that's kind of annoying with this, kind of giving Alfred the summons, going back to Canehurst, and all this warping, just dealing with all these load screens. So it comes with the territory, unfortunately. So okay, we are back to the dream. We are going to warp back to the throne room where we just were. Vileblood Queen's chamber is what we want. So when we get there, we're going to see our friend Alfred. And, yeah.
Master, look! I've done it! I've done it! I've smashed and pounded and grounded this rotten siren into fleshy pink pulp. There, you filthy monstrosity! What good's your immortality now? Try stirring up trouble in this sorry state. All mangled and twisted, with every inside on the outside for all the world to see.
Got problems, bro.
Oh, you, is it? Look at this. Thanks to you, I've done it. Well, isn't it wonderful? Now Master can be canonized as a true martyr. I've done it. I have.
Get the roar gesture. So if we were truly loyal to Annalise, which I'm really not, some people decide to kill Alfred here. But one thing you can do is you can inspect the remains here of the queen, and you get the queenly flesh. I can't remember if it's a consumable or if it's considered a key item. There it is, the queenly flesh. What remains of Annalise, Blood Queen of Canehurst? This pinkish lump of flesh remains warm as if cursed. All hail the undying Queen of Blood. So, if we pick this up, we can actually revive her. So, yeah, we'll do that when we get to that point where we can revive her. We're going to leave Alfred alone because to truly receive the end of his quest, just leave him alive, and then we'll go back to where we originally encountered him in the Cathedral Ward, and there's actually a reward, and it marks the end of our quest with Alfred as well. So in the last couple of episodes, we've, we found that some of our side quests have reached kind of the end. We are getting towards the end of the main game as well. Let's see what this badge that we got from Alfred gets us as well. There'll be new stuff for us at the shop. No new consumables. However, we can now get the Logarius wheel. That's that weapon that Alfred was carrying when we just saw him. Weapon wielded by the Martyr Logarius' band of executioners used to slaughter the Vilebloods in Canehurst, bathed in pools of their blood and forever steeped in their ire. Transformed to release the power of the wheel and manifest their lingering rage in a show of utter brilliance. So this is an arcane-based weapon. It does arcane damage in its transformed state. So if you've been focusing a lot of your points on arcane, then this is not a bad weapon to have. Anything else we get from this badge here? Doesn't look like it. So yeah, that's how you get Logarius' wheel. So Logarius' wheel is a weapon that you're going to need to purchase if you want the all weapons trophy. And I believe the only way to get it is buy that badge. So you want to make sure that you perform the correct steps for Alfred's quest line to make sure that you get that badge. Okay, so as I said, to end his quest, we are going to warp back to the Cathedral Ward. We're going to go back to where we originally talked with Alfred, and that is going to mark, as I said, the end of Alfred's quest line. And maybe it might be the end of the old lady's quest line too, but we'll find out. Because we did take an extra sedative from her just a few minutes ago when we were headed off to give Alfred the summons. So we will see. Okay, she's gone again. Wait just a wee bit longer, my little sweet pea. Aha! Okay, there she is. Yep. So she does die. I just thought it was last time she left, but I guess she has to leave twice. From her, you guessed it, you can pick up a sedative, and... Alright, sorry, sweet old lady, but, I guess it is what it is. Okay, so we're going to head back over this direction. And we're going to go back to... go around here to this corner. I guess we might as well take care of these guys because they're going to be a pain if we don't. I have to drop the blood vial, so not totally worthless. There we go. The reason why I'm not just running up this way is because of this guy with the dogs, and I don't want the dogs chasing me, and yeah, that would just be annoying. Alright, come on. Got them both in one hit. Take care of this guy. Give me some bullets. Alrighty. I don't know if I mentioned it, but in my first playthrough, I actually attacked Alfred and aggroed him, so I kind of screwed it up for my first playthrough. So I wasn't able to get that Logarius wheel until my second playthrough, which is why I pointed that out. So Alfred is now dead. And you can see his master's crown here at the altar. But we pick up the Radiance rune, which is another Covenant rune. And this rune is actually quite useful as well. So I guess Alfred had fulfilled his purpose in life. He had killed the Queen of the Vilebloods, and so from there he just phoned it in. Maybe he just, you know, didn't have any other reason left to live, so he just called it quits. I don't know. But anyway, so we have the Radiance rune, and this increases the potency of your blood vials. A secret symbol left by Carol Runesmith of Bergenworth, the rune for Radiance adopted by the sworn executioners under Logarius' command. The executioners despise the impure Vilebloods, and no matter what the circumstances, would never cooperate with the bloodthirsty hunters who serve the undead Queen Annalise. So this, just as I said, increases the amount of recovery that you're going to get from using blood vials. So that's actually quite useful. At this point, at least, I feel better about just having my increased stamina recovery as opposed to more health from blood vials, but I have used that rune before and it has helped quite a bit, so feel free to do as you choose. So right now we are running back to the Chapel, and you remember from your Hargul Unseen Village we got the Upper Cathedral key, so we're actually going to make our way back up there so that we can use that key and access a new area for us, the Upper Cathedral Ward. And up there, some more stuff for us to get. Some of it is very useful to us, so we definitely want to partake. And of course, if you couldn't guess, more bosses, so we definitely want to take care of all that. Don't forget about this guy in the wheelchair. He's always here, but he's not hard to take care of as long as you are expecting him to be there. So all these guys, I'm pretty sure we're just going to be able to one-shot. I'm not even going to bother with fighting most of them. Not worth the time. Although there is a troll out here. I don't know if we can get... Yeah, we did get by him. Okay. So now we just got to get up this ladder. Circle around back here. Take care of these guys. Oh, he was right in front of me. I didn't even see him. Okay. Good deal. So this door we can now unlock. And here we are. Okay, and you'll see more of these demon babies hanging around here. It looks like the baby that Ariana gave birth to before we killed it to get the 1/3 cord. So I don't know if these are children or infants from the Great Ones, or if they are like failed children, or I don't know what the deal is, but they're all around here in the Upper Cathedral Ward. Here we go, we got some more of these guys. And they are significantly more powerful than the ones we've been facing in the just regular Cathedral Ward. Oops, I meant to have my buffed, or my fully sheathed sword, but I don't know why I'm using it unsheathed now. There we go. Because the fully sheathed version stuns them, whereas the unsheathed version, they can just attack right through you. And right, they can attack right through your attacks and do a lot of damage. So these guys, I'm not even going to bother with killing all of them. If you want the Blood Echoes, you can get them, but all in all, not really worth the effort for me at this point. All right. So this is one of the few areas of the game with ambient music. Very creepy. So we just got the Great Lake rune. Let's see what this one is. All damage reduction plus 4%. So that's pretty nice. The other ones were all, you know, kind of damage type specific, whether it be physical or fire or lightning or whatever. This one is for all damage. Let's see if we can just get a bunch of these guys all at once. They do have attacks. They're not just completely harmless. So don't just completely ignore them, but just be careful around them because they will attack you if you're not careful. So over here we got some crows. dispose of them accordingly. Whoops. There we go. These things are trying to get in on the action. Frenzied Coldblood, tier 9. Anything around the corner? Nope. And up here, we're going to have another one of these scythe guys. I'm just going to do the parry and visceral routine on them. Maybe we'll just do a charge. Nope, they're too quick for that. Oh, hello. Hello. Parry and visceral it is. Whoops. Never mind. I still had my sheath of Bloodwigs equipped. Oh gosh, that didn't go quite so well as I'd hoped. All right, screw you. All right, there we go. Got some blood vials back though, at least. Okay, so here we are going in here. Beware, there's a brain sucker right around the corner here. So sneak up on him, do a thrust attack. There are a lot of brain suckers in here, so that is perhaps the worst part of this area. So we got the choir set. Let's see what that's about. Choir garb. Attire of the choir. High-ranking members of the Healing Church. Members of the choir are both the highest-ranking clerics of the Healing Church and scholars who continue the work that began at Bergenworth. Together with the left-behind Great One, they look to the skies in search of astral signs that may lead them to the rediscovery of true greatness. So if you hear that sloshy noise, that is the noise of a patrolling brain sucker. So do beware. I don't think there's any... Is there one on this hallway? I can't remember. I don't think so. However, there is a beast that's going to break through that window, so just brace yourself for that once you pick up the item and go back. Hello! And these have blue eyes. I'm not exactly sure what the blue eyes signify, but they are stronger than your normal beasts that we've been facing thus far. Bloodstone Shard. Now, on the other side of this door is a brain sucker, and there is a way you can attack him through the door. I think you just have to have the right weapon. I forget what weapon it is, though, but you can conceivably attack him through the door. I forget what weapon it is, though, if I even have it. But in any case... Attacking him from the other side is a lot harder than you think, because he actually gangs up on you with another brain sucker that you think you're sneaking up on, and then he sneaks up behind you, and you have to fight them both at the same time, and it is a little bit difficult. But I forget how to do it. I've done it before, where you can totally just hit that brain sucker through the door and not have to worry about him, but sadly I can't remember how to do it, so we're just going to have to deal with him the old-fashioned way. Alright, go through this door. I don't think there's a brain sucker up here. I think this door is locked. Yes. So, look up on that chandelier. You might see some beasts crawling around if you've got a good eye. So what you do is you roll down here, the chandelier falls, and they're going to chase after us. There's 3 of them. So what I do... I'm not keen on a 3 versus 1 fight against these guys, so I lure them over to the door where they can't get through, and then I just totally cheese them. No shame whatsoever. There we go. Oops. There we go. They're still hitting me too, but they're not going to kill me. That one's like legit attacking through the wall. There we go. Sometimes that happens. There we go. Got all 3 of them. There might even be a 4th one. I'm not positive, but there might be a 4th one. But I can 1v1 one of these things. 3v1. There's the 4th one. Yeah, I was right. There's the 4th one. Get the charge attack. There we go. Okay, so we're on the main floor here in this giant building. There is a brain sucker down here, so beware of that. I think, is he on this side of the hallway? Around this corner, I believe. So I am perhaps overly cautious with these things because, again, they have a projectile that they fire. The projectile stuns you, then they run up to you, and then they do their brain sucker attack. And if I were to just pop out and try to rush him, he would probably hit me with that projectile and steal my insight. Which I have enough that stealing insight really isn't that huge of a problem, but it's just annoying. So I'm going to wait for him to come back, and then I'm going to sneak up behind him and then take him out. So that's generally the best way to deal with this guy. Just don't let him see you. He's going to turn around, patrol back the other way. We're going to come around behind him and do a thrust. Just make sure you don't run. And get up kind of right here. Thrust attack. He's gone. And here we have the Cosmic Eye Watcher badge. So this is going to allow us to get some new loot at the shop and the Hunter's Dream. Okay, so that's it for that side. I can't remember. I think the way upstairs is on that side. So before we go upstairs, let's get this item. Ritual Blood 5. So we're gonna. That's a Chalice Dungeon item. And if you go all the way through the Chalice Dungeons, eventually you're going to get to the point where you need that Ritual Blood 5, so definitely a good thing to have. Okay, so next we want to go all the way down here. I can't remember if there's another brain sucker on the first floor over here, or if all the other ones are upstairs, but we're going to find that out. Is there one down here? Oh yeah, this is it. This is where there's a skull head over here, and you're going to want to chase after him, and then as soon as you do, a brain sucker comes from around the corner, and yeah. Oh, well, he didn't charge into the room. One thing you don't want to do is charge straight into the room, because there he is right there. So this is, man, this one's hard to deal with. He might get me. Or does he know I'm here? I don't know. Alright, screw it. He's probably going to get me. Yep, he just got me. I knew it was going to happen. So that's their attack. You'll notice my insight's going down. And in addition to that, doing some pretty decent health. And he's going to try to grab me again. And he... Oh my gosh. These things are so aggravating. Alright, I'm going to run away and heal up. Ugh. No, not again. Alright, come here. See, that's their stun attack that he's trying to do. And hello. Alright, he's gone. So, started the fight with 18 insight, now have 14, but oh well, I mean, I've got enough insight to where the loss isn't too devastating, but these things control you hardcore, unfortunately, if you're not on your guard. So there's another one patrolling down here. So we're going to do the same technique we did with that other one. We're going to wait for him to reach the end of his patrol, then turn around, and then get him from the back. I can't remember if he comes through into this room, though. So let's just hide behind here, I guess. I don't know if he'll notice us. Where is he at? I know it takes a while, but it's better to be patient with these things. As you saw what just happened the last time I tried to get one in close quarters. Doesn't work out all that great. Does he come all the way in here? I can't remember. Dang it! Alright, charge attack. Ugh, we got him. He stunned us, but we got him with the charge attack. So they are weak against thrust, and they're very resistant against our just normal swipes. So we got blue elixir, blindfolded cap, which is some headgear, Madman's Knowledge, and the Pearl Slug, which is another Chalice Dungeon item. So we just unlocked that door that we saw earlier that was locked. So now we have access to that. And so this is the fun part. And when I say fun, I mean not all that fun. So I mentioned before, so there's a brain sucker right there. They're going to be tempted just to sneak up behind and do your thrust attack. The one they were trying to get through the door is directly across from us. So if you try to sneak up on this guy and get a charge attack, the other one's going to run up behind you and stun you. And it's just really annoying. I forget what my normal strat is. I'm going to check and see kind of what... I think I use a blue elixir, actually, to be honest. So that one across isn't going to see us. Yeah, I think that's what I do. And get this guy without the other one bothering me. And then I don't know what it's going to take for him to notice me with my blue elixir on. Does he see me? Do a jump attack. There we go, got him. Okay, oof. And then from that, we get the orphanage key and some Quicksilver bullets. So this unlocks the door right where that beast jumped through the window when we picked up the item. So, up here, we can go through this door. And here we have this guy, who we can apparently talk to. So we just got the Make Contact gesture. This is the primary reason why I came here before proceeding with the Nightmare of Mensis. The Make Contact gesture, as you can guess, is a gesture, but unlike any of the other gestures, this actually has an impact on something later in the game in the Nightmare of Mensis. So let's go ahead and put on the Make Contact rune. We can do it. We just do that gesture. But this actually does something for us. And all the other gestures in the game are pretty much just for show, but this one actually has an effect. And we'll see what that is in a future episode. Probably one or two more episodes. We'll see what that's all about. Okay, so we got that. We got what we came here for. Or one of the things we came here for. So let's circle back around and go back downstairs. And we will proceed. So we got that orphanage key, which unlocks this door. That's what the brain sucker dropped. And here we have an item. Frenzied Coldblood Tier 9, and we can unlock this door, which is a shortcut back to where we just were. I think there's a lamp up here. I don't even remember if I lit the lamp or not. I'm going to go back and make sure I lit the lamp. Did I light the lamp? Yes, I did light the lamp. Okay. Alright, so now, yeah, we have a shortcut right through here. Right from the lamp, so we can skip all of that area with the brain suckers if we die. Okay, so continue on through this path. And we are going to end this episode with the next boss of the game. Now, I might regret saying this, but this is, in my opinion, by far the easiest boss in the game, and I think it is widely regarded as the easiest boss of the game. I'm going to go ahead and swap out for bolt paper. It's really just a big one of those alien dudes, and as long as you just mind yourself, you'll be just fine. So this is the Celestial Emissary. So it appears that it's just a bunch of these alien folks, and eventually once you'll notice when we're killing these ones, we're not doing any damage. One of these is the boss, and we haven't hit it yet because you can see we still have full health here for the boss, but one of these is the boss. So we just hit it, and you see that the boss just took damage. So I think it's this one is the boss. Yeah. And eventually he's going to transform into a larger form. And there he goes. And so that is the Celestial Emissary. So I prefer to fight him up here. And then just kind of mind his minions as best you can. Make sure you don't get overwhelmed. And you'll see we do very good damage to these guys, and we're going to do very good damage to the boss as well. Just do a charge attack, or not. Just be aggressive and get our health back. Alright. Heal up. I'm not even worried about putting gold paper back on. There we go. He's dead. So, I don't think I've ever died to that boss. He is by far the easiest boss in the game. Okay, so we unlocked another lamp. And I think that's where we're going to call it for today. First, we'll just warp back to the Hunter's Dream and level up. And then we'll warp right back here. And that'll be it for the evening. Always good to go out on a boss, even if it is, I would say, by far the easiest boss in this game. It might be a lot harder, perhaps, if you're facing the Celestial Emissary earlier on in your playthrough. But since I tend to go to that spot later on in the game, has never really been any problem for me whatsoever. All right, so let's put another point into endurance here, and then we will we'll start buffing our strength up again. Since our Ludwig scales so well with strength at +9, and that takes us up to level 79. Wow, so we're getting up there. All right, and so let's show off some of the other weapons and such that are now available at the shop, since we've gotten some new badges. Let's see here. Okay. So the Rosmarinus, that is the new weapon that we can get from that. I think it was, I forget what the badge, it was like Eye Watcher or something badge. I forget what it was, but that allows us to buy the Rosmarinus. And there's probably some new armor here. Nope, no new armor. So is it? I guess it might just be the Rosmarinus that one allows us to get. There might be some new stuff in the Insight shop as well, so let's check that out. Okay, so yeah, that badge allows us to buy blue elixirs and beast blood pellets as well from the Insight shop, so pretty good if you want to stock up on blue elixirs. And, okay, so good deal. Make sure that our blood gems are optimized real quick. My way for doing this quickly is just to scroll through the list of all blood gems, and then if I see blue numbers there instead of red numbers, that means I can upgrade my damage. So in that case, it looks like we're good. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to warp back to that lamp we just activated. And I think it's from here, is it? No, is it from this? Yeah, it's from this headstone. Lumen Flower Gardens. That's where we just were. That's where we fought the Celestial Emissary. So, even though we did just fight a boss, we are not done with the Upper Cathedral Ward just yet. There's still a little bit more left for us to go. But as I said, we're going to go ahead and end this one there. So, just wanted to say thank you guys so much for watching. It means a lot. I'm so glad that you guys have joined me in this adventure through Bloodborne. If you would, please join the squad by subscribing to the channel and leave a like and a comment below. I'd love to hear you guys' feedback on this walkthrough. Take care and have a great day.